Revelation 13:11. And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth. He had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. Viewing the beast of Revelation 13 in his image, we see in Daniel chapter 2 that Babylon's king Nebuchadnezzar has a dream that reveals the first beast of Revelation 13 as godless man and the individual nations exercise authority over God's people, Israel. We will also see shortly that Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, makes an all-gold image of the godless man beast of his dream, indicating in final end times one world kingdom of revitalized Babylon, godless man united, the second beast of Revelation 13, the beast with two horns like a lamb, yet he speaks as a dragon. Seeing through the spiritual lens of Scripture, we see in the COVID and climate change agendas these two lamb-like horns, which are being portrayed as good for health and safety of mankind, yet their true intentions are destruction and control. Now let's take a closer look at the horns of the dragon in lamb's clothing, using Scripture to prove our points. Here are examples of horns in Scripture used to control and destroy people, just as the lamb-like beast used its two horns of COVID and climate change. 1 Kings 22:11. And Zedekiah, the son of Chenaniah, made him horns of iron and said, Thus said the Lord, with these shalt thou push the Syrians until thou hast consumed them. Zechariah 1:19. And I said unto an angel that talked with me, What be these? He answered me, These are the horns which have scattered Judah, Israel, and Jerusalem. Micah 4:13. Arise and thresh, O daughter of Zion, for I'll make thy horn iron, I'll make thy hoofs brass. And thou shalt beat in pieces many people, and I will consecrate their gain unto the Lord, and their substance unto the Lord of the whole earth. Horns in Scripture as a lion spirit, the same lion spirit we see in the COVID and climate change worldwide agendas. 2 Chronicles chapter 18, verses 4, 5, 10, and 19 through 22. Jehoshaphat said unto Ahab, king of Israel, Inquire, I pray thee, at the word of the Lord today. Therefore the king of Israel gathered together of prophets 400 men, and said unto them, Shall we go to Ramoth Gilead to battle, or shall I forbear? And they said, Go up, for God will deliver it unto the king's hand. And Zedekiah, the son of Chenaniah, had made his horns of iron, and said, Thus said the Lord, With these thou shalt push Syria until they be consumed. And the Lord said, Who shall entice Ahab, king of Israel? He may go up and fall at Ramoth Gilead. And one spake, saying, After this manner, another saying, After that manner. Then there came out a spirit, and stood before the Lord, and said, I will entice him. And the Lord said unto him, Wherewith? And he said, I will go out and be a lion spirit in the mouth of all his prophets. And the Lord said, Thou shalt entice him, and thou shalt also prevail. Go out and do even so. So far, we have demonstrated how horns in Scripture can be equated to a lion spirit and to control and destruction of people. Now we will look at horns through yet a third biblical lens. Horns as a musical instrument. Joshua 6:4. And 7 priests shall bear before the ark 7 trumpets of ram's horns. And the 7th day ye shall compass the city 7 times, and the priests shall blow with the trumpets. Remembering that the second beast of Revelation 13 is godless man united in a lockstep agenda of health and safety for humanity. Remember, the golden image that Nebuchadnezzar set up in the province of Babylon is a foretelling of the lamb-like beast of Revelation 13 that will rule in these end times. Also remember that the king of Babylon required all to bow down and worship the golden image of man with the penalty of death for disobedience. Let's see what important role an animal horn, used as a trumpet or cornet, plays in the worship of the golden image of man, or man choosing to worship and obey man over God. Let's go back to the book of Daniel and that golden image. Daniel 3, verses 1 and 4 through 6. Nebuchadnezzar the king made an image of gold, whose height was 80 cubits, in breadth thereof 6 cubits. He set it up in the plain of Dura, in the province of Babylon. Then the herald cried aloud, to you it is commanded, O people, nations, and languages, that at what time you hear the sound of the cornet, flute, harp, sackbut, psaltery, dulcimer, and all kinds of music, ye shall fall down and worship the golden image that Nebuchadnezzar the king hath set up. And whoso falleth not down and worship shall the same hour be cast into a midst of a burning fiery furnace. 2 horns like a lamb, yet speaks as a dragon. When you hear the COVID and climate change trumpet, cornet, or horn being blown, bow down and worship man's solution, or else.
If you break the rules, be prepared to pay.
Ezekiel 34, verse 21 and 22. Because you have thrust with side and with shoulder, and push all the diseased with your horns, till you have scattered them abroad. Therefore will I save my flock. They shall no more be a prey